էկոնոմիկայի նախարարը Վահան Քերոբյանը խոսում էր այն մասին, որ Հայաստանում գիտահետազոտական ինստիտուտները բավական լավ որակի արտադրանք ունեն, որ մշակաբույսերի սորտերի մասին էր խոսքում, որ մանավանդ լավ համ ունեն, բարձր տեխնոլոգիայով են արտադրում, սակայն չեն կարողանում դա ճանաչել տալ աշխարհին։
However, they are not able to present it to the world.
Հարցնում էր բիզնեսի ներկայացուցիչներին, թե ինչ կարելի է անել, որպեսզի ստեղծել խողովակ եւ այդ միջոցով այդ ապրանքները հայտնի դարձնել աշխարհին։ Ձեր կարծիքով կառավարությունը ինչ քայլեր պետք է անի այդ ուղղությամբ։
I think always the public and private collaboration is very important for success, and I think especially for a small country like Armenia, where they don't have the billions of US dollar kind of budgets to support this, I think it's very important to be strategic and to focus on areas where Armenia can excel in a relatively small amount of time. And I think this is happening. There is increased investment in the sciences, and there is strong interest in engaging everyone in the process, from academic science to industry, Armenians in Armenia and diaspora, and I think that's the right direction.
Կարծում եմ, որ կիրառվում են բոլոր քայլերը, հատկապես այնպիսի փոքրիկ երկրի համար, ինչպիսին Հայաստանը, կառավարության դերը շատ մեծ է եւ իրականում կատարվում են այդ քայլերը, ձեռնարկվում են եւ ակադեմիական ներուժը ճիշտ ուղղությամբ ներդրվում է։
Հայաստանի գիտական հանգույցի հետ որևէ պայմանավորվածություններ ձեռք բերվել են եւ եթե այո, ապա ինչ պայմանավորվածություններ են եւ ինչ նոր պրոյեկտներ են սպասվում։
Have you obtained any agreements with the scientific, with the research community in Armenia, and if yes, please elaborate.
Not yet. We are having direct discussions about what's the best way for me to be helpful. And again, I've only been here 4 days, and but I'm very happy to contribute any way I can.
Dr. Phաթափության, Armenia has recently launched its first state satellite into space. The Starmus Festival is coming to Armenia, but some people say that Armenia is too small, too poor to really engage in science, research and development. What do you think about that narrative, and why is that still important in your mind?
I actually think the satellite is a wonderful example of how a strategic plan can be wonderful, because obviously the information from the satellite is very useful for science, for technology, and for defense purposes. And I think they seem to have done this well, because it's a sensitive material. It was kept a secret for the longest time. And it's one of those things where science, technology, and usefulness for the community is all there. And I think that kind of strategic thinking going forward on science and technology is the key answer to the problem.
So Armenia definitely has the potential, in your mind, to put itself on the map with regards to science research and
do you think Armenia has got that potential?
I think it already has in, for example, IT. There's lots of startups and bigger companies that are represented to the world as premier research institutions, and they've fed back into the educational program, and I think that could be expanded in some focused areas as well.
Եվ մի հարց է ուզում տալ, օրինակ Հայաստանը որ երկրից պետք է օրինակ վերցնի, հաշվի առնելով նաև մեր տնտեսական ռեսուրսները, մեր գիտական հնարավորությունները, որպեսզի ավելի հեշտորեն հաղթահարի իր առջև ծառացած խնդիրները գիտության ոլորտում.
To overcome the obstacles in research sphere, in scientific sphere. Is there a country that can serve an example for Armenia?
I'm afraid I don't know the answer to that. I'm not familiar. I'm familiar with science in the United States and some European countries that have top-notch research programs. But that's a very, I think, appropriate question to ask. I leave it to others who've researched this. But it's a very good strategy to look at countries from the same similar background as Armenia and to follow, but I don't personally know.
Որոնք Հայաստանի նմանատիպ պատմություն եւ նախադրյալներ ունեն, այնպեսին ինչպեսին Հայաստանն ունի։
What can we do to develop science here in Armenia and, to have Nobel laureates of our own who had conducted research here in Armenia and in other countries?
I think it's similar to what I was answering before. I think it's very, very important for a small country like Armenia with limited infrastructure in science to be very focused, to have a strategy and specialize in an area where we can expect excellence in the next few years to decades.
Do we have that strategy now?
I think we have it in some sectors like IT, and from what I see, the ministry is being very thoughtful in pursuing exactly that kind of plan.
What is your presentation during this event and what is the advice and the message you want to come with?
I think this is a question and answer, not a presentation, so I will answer whatever questions they ask me. But I think my overall two goals is, number one, I do realize that by first being of Armenian origin and being recognized like this, I hope to leave the especially youth of Armenia interested in science and technology to look at me and say, if Ardem could do it, I can do it as well. I think that's the most important one because it gets rid of this mental barrier that there's limitations. And second, as I mentioned, if I find that in any actual effort that I could help sciences or technology help, I'm happy to do it. But this is something we're investigating how.
Can you share any advice for young scientists, for would-be scientists?
I kind of answered that, but I'll say it in a different way. I think people want me to say that if they work hard, they will also win the Nobel Prize. But I feel like it's more important to highlight the process and the teamwork for success and success both for personally and as your community. When I give a scientific talk, I have an acknowledgement slide, and there are about 100 people that I thank. And so I think people have to realize that success comes as teamwork. And I would rather less emphasize individual achievements and highlight cooperativity, working in an area where you love, you're good at, and you can help your community.